The courtroom example is, all right, so Mark,
Yeah.
I have burned a DVD, and that's a pretty bad offense. You know how bad that is?
How bad?
$250,000 fine
Really?
and possibly 5 years in prison.
No way.
Okay, so I'm standing before the judge. This is bad. I'm joking, by the way. I didn't really do this. This is, an analogy. So I'm before the judge, and I'm busted. And I'm like, Judge, I think that's a stupid law. What's the judge going to say to me?
Stupidity is not a defense.
Stupidity is not a defense. And they're like, all right, well, fine. The law is the law, right? But it's just not fair. 5 years in prison for one dumb DVD. What's that judge going to say to me, Mark?
Well, you broke the law. That's what you
Yeah, you broke the law. So it doesn't really matter what you think about the fine, because some people are like, well, you're saying that if I told like one lie, I'd go to hell. It's like, well, have you told just one lie? Well, what if there's just a person that's told one lie? Well, do you know anyone that's told only one lie? If that were, say hypothetically, that were the case, still, Revelation 21:8 says all liars have their place in the lake of fire. So even if one person told one lie, it might not seem fair, but that's the penalty. But the fact of the matter is, we've already looked at ourselves and we find ourselves to be liars, thieves, blasphemers. And there's 7 other commandments we can take a look at. So I'm sitting before the court, I'm found guilty, and the judge says, I need the money, and I don't have it. It's a money or prison, so I'm heading to prison. I'm like, Judge, I don't care. I don't believe in prison. Obviously, I'm going to find out, right? I'm going to find out if it's real. So, as I'm being let out of the court, someone stands up in the court and says, Judge, I care about Brad very much, and I don't want him to go to prison. So, and I knew he would be guilty. So I've sold my house, my car, my retirement, and here it is, $250,000 right here to pay Brad's fine. What happens to me then, Mark? My fine's been paid.
Yeah, I guess you're off. But who would do that?
Who would do that? That's a good question. Someone that loved me very much, right?
Yeah.
So in a similar way, that's what Jesus has done, because he's not lied, stolen, blasphemed. He doesn't deserve any type of punishment whatsoever, yet he was beaten, spit on, crucified, placed on the cross, killed, placed in the tomb, and 3 days later rises to life. And Jesus is like the one in the court of law who pays the fine and hasn't done anything wrong. So by repenting and trusting in Jesus, God sees as what Jesus has done as payment on my behalf. So is that good news or bad news?
If it were true, that'd be the best news in the world.
That would be good news, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Well, that is true. And that's what he's done for me, that's what he's done for you too. And that's why I'm out here tonight, is to talk about these things. Because even though I've just met you, I care about you, and God cares about you infinitely more, and willing not to